Hi there, everybody. Welcome to our Gear News coverage of NAMM 2021. I'm here with Robin and Bob from the Gear News team, and we're talking about an announcement from Behringer. Nobody had this on their radar. I think it was just fluttered in today. ARP 2600, 2 limited editions, and let's have a look at the promo video for these and give you our reactions.
Dan here with Behringer.
It's Dan from
Introducing
Behringer.
the 2600 grey Meanie and blue Marvin.
Hello, Dan. He does have magnificent hair.
He does. He rules the hair.
It's blue.
It's the blue Marvin.
And grey.
And there's a grey one.
It just looks so much better. I mean, immediately. Not that I have anything against the original ARP 2600, but it was a bit like a Christmas tree. It's this kind of this orange throb with twinkly lights and lots of different colours, and that's okay. But this kind of says that they're serious about it, that it's a real thing.
It's a good looking thing, isn't it? And kind of, as the video's saying, supposedly a tribute to 2 ultra limited semi-prototype versions. Is that right, Robin?
Well, these were the first 2 versions. The blue Meanie, blue Marvin. It was called both things. It was the very first one. It was a bit crap. It didn't sound very good. Fell apart, and they made half a dozen in a garage. Then they went to a factory and got the grey one built. The grey Meanie wasn't too bad, but again, not fabulous. And from then on, they moved to the one that we sort of know and love more traditionally, in the larger, more robust case.
Got it. Right. Okay.
You know, that kind of thing. So these were the early versions of which are very, very thin on the ground, because there's only, you know, literally a couple of tens worth of them made ever.
Okay, but are these more of a tribute to that, I'm guessing? Because presumably these don't fall apart and are made in someone's garage.
Well, you'd like to think so. The messaging is actually very confused, because they've said with the post and in the video that it has all these new things, and actually all those new things, most of them, not all of them, there's a couple of particular points, but most of the new stuff they talk about, dual filters, extra LFOs, those were actually all in the original 2600 they released. So they're kind of confusing us with, is this new? Does it have anything new? And the only thing I can pull out of it that may be new is that it has a spring reverb.
You see, I welcome that, because I love a spring reverb personally, and I really like obviously the very metallic, very distinct sound you get off a spring reverb that is still tricky to emulate. So, I mean, is there a price premium over these? Is it worth it just for the addition of the spring reverb?
Maybe. I mean, they also talk about it having specific components, specifically chosen matched transistors, all that kind of thing. So that, I think, refers only to these. Also the look and the lights, the fact that the LEDs are calmer and less in your face, and a bit more uniform, because the original doesn't have LEDs on the faders. This is very much a Behringer design decision, and so this is calmer. So we have the spring reverb, we have the lights, and we have the potential of some technological changes inside, although, as I say, it's not very clear. But the price difference is only going to be about $100. And so you get the feeling that these straight away would move people on from the original 2600. I mean, who's going to buy the orange one now is the
I'd happily
question.
pay the extra 100 just to have a spring reverb available to me. And presumably, because it's a modular, semi-modular instrument, you could then use that spring reverb to patch other things into. Like, it'd be
you would thought so.
Very useful additional thing to have. So, yeah, I mean, are they just competing with themselves with this, Robin?
Well, a little bit, I think. A little bit. I mean, but it also throws out the question of limited edition. When they say limited edition, what do they actually mean by that? Because when Korg say limited edition, they make 500 and then that's your lot.
Right.
So are they doing that with this? Because there's terrible supply problems with the original as it is. They're still backed up. There's still no stock until about March, I think it says on the site. And these are due in February. How many? For who? Who's going to get them? What, they're not really giving us enough information at the minute.
Yeah. More information would be good, wouldn't it? Are you blue or grey though, Robin?
I like the orange personally, but I don't appreciate the coloured lights on the orange one quite so much. So I'm pleased that these have arrived. I do think they look nicer, would fit nicer in a studio environment. I'm just not clear as to what they're offering. I mean, in the demo they sound great.
They sound
as
awesome.
they do.
Yeah,
It's
they do.
stonking, doesn't it?
Yeah,
Can't argue with
absolutely.
that at all. It's a really good demo, actually, and it was listening to it going, ooh, I could use that in my life, definitely.
I think the grey one's going to be more in keeping with. I mean, we just yesterday we just talked about the 2600, the Korg's 2600M.
The Korg Mini one, yeah.
Yeah, we've got the mini one, and then if I had the grey Meanie next to it, I don't know. Yeah, it's I don't know. Maybe that would, if I see, with that price difference, I'm going to see, that might do the kind of visual thing, that kind of feeling of more authenticity than the orange one. So maybe I would gravitate then. I don't know.
They haven't really aced the case yet, though. I mean, some people, I've certainly read some people saying, "Oh, the fact that it's instantly rackable is brilliant. It just goes into my rack." But it's a lot of rack. It's 8U, I think it is. So you'd need quite a chunk of space ready for it. Otherwise, it's a slightly awkward form factor desktop. Is it sat up? Is it like this? I don't know. So whereas Korg have gone all out on the lovely looking case side of things, Behringer haven't done that, obviously for cost reasons, I'm sure. But it does. It is another one of those sort of boxes that you tick for authenticity in the way that the instrument has presented itself, I suppose.
Super interesting, and I'm sure there's going to be lots of discussion about that online, social media, and so on. Thanks very much for giving us your impressions of the blue Marvin and grey Meanie.
Do we think it's going to be the only Behringer thing we're going to see this week, though? What do we think? Do we think we'll see more? Because they like to have their own little private NAMM, don't they?
Right.
At NAMM time.
They when if you go there, then they you have to spend half the day chasing around LA to get to where they are, and it's miles away. And like LA traffic, it's like 2 hours away from Anaheim. But it's worth it. It's almost always worth.
I mean, Behringer are industry disruptors, aren't they? That's what they do. They have done from day one, and I don't think it's coincidence that this has been announced the day after Korg did the 2600 Mini. So I guess we'll wait for some big announcements from some other people, and then Behringer will probably go, we'll just roll this grenade in here. Which, for our journalists, fantastic. Brilliant. Bring it on. Makes it exciting.
It is, yeah. There's definitely a sense of excitement. They're generating a sense of excitement around this whole product. They definitely know how to do that. Guys, thank you very much for sharing your thoughts with us. And thanks for watching. Check out the rest of our coverage on gearnews.com. See you soon. Thanks, guys. Take it easy. Thanks for watching.